C's and Jimmy Azzaro from Corona Butcher and the Poconos are back. They've got another delicious creation.
Jimmy Azzaro from Corona Butcher is here to prepare braised balsamic rabbit. He is joined today by Arlene Schmelly from Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil. They're both from Monroe County. It's great to have you guys.
Well, thank you.
I should say it's great to have you back because you're no stranger to the PA Live Kitchen.
It's great to be back.
It's great to have you. All right, what are we making today?
Well, to complement his rabbit, hopefully, I am making asparagus.
Okay.
And notice how long they are. I slice off the bottom, and then I'll go another 2 inches to the top. I'll actually slice this later on and save it. Want to use all of the asparagus. Okay,
Great.
so I'll chop that down and use that maybe for an omelet and splash my dipping oils on that. I will be sauteing the asparagus in none other than my poppy seed salad dressing.
Ooh,
it's not just
really
for
good.
salads anymore, so I will be cooking and stir frying that and some radishes.
Great.
Okay.
What's the trick to using these oils? A hot pan, or is it good with anything?
Well, for cooking, I'm going to use this little skillet here.
Okay.
And put the veggies in here and put it on top. And then just keep basting and cooking it down. Can also be done in the oven, but now that we have this warm weather, hot weather I should
wants
say,
to turn the oven
who wants
on?
to turn the
Exactly.
oven on? So we're going to do stovetop. And I have orzo that I'll be preparing also.
Great. Now, as you work on that, we're going to come over here to Jimmy from the Corona Butcher. We are making a braised rabbit today.
Yes, it's a braised balsamic rabbit, or as we would call it in Italy, corniglio balsamico.
Okay.
All right, so always been eating my rabbit my whole life. My grandmother used to make it phenomenal.
Okay. For
So-
those who haven't had it, is there anything you can compare it to?
Well, I'm not going to say it tastes like chicken because
Okay.
it doesn't. So,
Okay.
so I took little bits and pieces of my grandmother's recipe, and then I love to cook. And I started playing around with the Mrs. C's balsamic and came up with a fabulous recipe.
Great. I bet. I've tasted that balsamic before, and that is a good balsamic dressing.
And the rabbit and stuff you can find at the Corona Butcher, located Scott Run, PA.
Great. And you're both Monroe County folks. If folks want to come check out either store, are you close to each other, close proximity?
Well, yeah, I'm right in the Poconos, right on 611 and
I'm
Mrs.
in
C.
Stroudsburg.
Perfect.
Okay.
Both
Thank
in the
you, and on
Pocono
Facebook.
area. Okay, so what do we have to do to get this rabbit ready?
Well, I'm going to saute my onions, my shallots, celery, and carrot, and lots of fresh garlic, and some olive oil. And then we're going to brown that in olive oil and garlic, and then we're going to mix it all together, and it's going to go nice, slow, and low.
Great. And if folks
There we
want to
go.
check you out online, how can they do so?
On Facebook, Corona Butcher Scott Run, you will find me. You'll find the store, you'll find the hours, and a whole line of Italian imported products.
Fabulous. And if they want to look up Mrs. C's online, how can they do that?
Mrs. C's, I am on Facebook, and today I actually posted a listing of all the places where you can find my product. I recently added it to the Shawnee General Store and another store in Mount Bethel called Cominals.
Great. So
Okay.
check her out. Get a bottle. As I said, I've tried your balsamic vinegar before. It is delicious.
Thank you.
So you have a couple different products. We're going to talk more about those products in just a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you both for being here, but let's
you.
check in with Dave at this time. Now with Jimmy Azzaro from Corona Butcher, he is making a braised balsamic rabbit, and he's joined by Arlene Schmelly from Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil. They're both from Monroe County. It's great to have you guys, and this recipe smells delicious. Jimmy, how did we get to this point?
Okay, like I said before, shallots, onions, celery, carrots. We brown them up.
Okay.
Now we're going to put
Some of that
the key
balsamic.
ingredient, the
Perfect.
balsamic. You'll see it's going to start smoking.
That's
It's gonna
Mrs. C's balsamic you're working with.
Yes. We're going to swirl that around.
Great.
I got some beautiful farm fresh tomatoes from the Clear Spring Farm in Easton. You can find them online on
Great.
Facebook.
Farm to table here, right?
Yep. We're going to let those go in there. We are going to put some parsley, some chopped up basil, and I'll tell the little kids, but we're putting the rabbit in the tomatoes.
And what was the key to cooking the rabbit? Doesn't look like it's quite
Yeah, not cooked
well
at all.
done. It's
You
not well
just
done.
want to brown
Gotcha,
it.
okay.
Brown it a little bit on each side. Some, and of course, garlic and olive oil.
great.
Put that in there. Going to cover it. Oh, actually, forgot one last little thing. A little splash of red wine.
Little red wine never hurt anybody, right?
Cover it,
Perfect.
come back in a half hour, flip it over, keep it on kind of low, and it's done in 1 hour.
It'll be good. Wonderful.
Great
All right.
flavor.
So now to go along with the rabbit, we have a couple different sides that you made with your Mrs. C's oils and vinegars.
Yes, I did. I was busy working on the asparagus, which I actually sauteed them in the poppy seed dressing, and I added some pieces of radish. Believe it or not, the dressing sweetens it up and gives it that little bit of crunch. I was also busy making the orzo. I used a cup and a half, and I boiled it for 9 minutes only, that fast and simple. And I did 3 different varieties here. You
Okay,
see-
what do we have?
Well, we
The
have
first one.
This one is the garlic pepper,
Okay.
and I have the inducer here, so you're controlling how much you're splashing and pouring on each
Sure.
set. Then I have on this side here the Tuscan blend mixed in with the orzo.
Great.
And then in the center is the poppy seed. And I took the sauteed veggies and put them right in here for a little bit of color, a little bit of
Fabulous.
crunch and flavor.
Fabulous. So these dipping oils are not just for dipping bread. You can put them on pasta. You can have an array of different things. She also put some of the balsamic right here on the strawberries. If
Yeah.
folks want to check out some of the products that you offer, how can they find that online?
Just go to Mrs. C's Poppy Seed on Facebook, and you'll find my recipes there.
Fabulous.
You'll find where you can find my products and any other little helpful hints I can share.
Great. And Jimmy, if folks want to check out the Corona Butcher,
Go on Facebook right now. Corona Butcher Scott Run. Type in. Let's go.
there you go. All right, we get to see how this recipe gets all plated up, and we get to give it a taste in just a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, here's Dave with our question of the day.
Brittany, we're talking.
Much more on the Tuesday edition of PA Live.
Check out the rabbit from Mrs. C's and the Corona Butcher. Brittany's taking a taste.
Awesome.
Good
really,
stuff.
really good today.
Arlene, Jimmy, thanks for being here.
Thank you
Want to
very
thank the rest of our guests for being here and you for watching.
Eyewitness News at 5 starts right now. Have a good day.